So welcome to the future of radionics. I've got some exciting things to share. I've been working on for quite some time, and so let me go ahead and share my screen. So the Universal Quantum Interface. This is my latest, greatest development. We've been working on it for 3 years, and it's phenomenal. I mean, really, I've been using it now for a few months. Got the prototype done. That took several years, but and I'll do a demo for you. It is amazing. It's really phenomenal. But what is it? Okay, for me, this is the perspective I see, is that it's really the ultimate radionic tool, especially in conjunction with the SE-5 2000. So it's a revolutionary radionic instrument that functions both as a standalone instrument and an ideal companion to the SE-5 2000. Whether you're a seasoned radionics practitioner or just starting your journey, the Yuki offers powerful, easy-to-use features for personal energy balancing, environmental harmonization, and more. So in the Yuki, we have 23 categories and over 150 programs already programmed into the unit. So we've got a big library, and that will be expanded over time as well. It's something that we're starting with 150 programs, but it's very simple to use. The user interface is super simple. I'll show you how that works. And the other thing that we've done a couple different things with it. We've added local EMF and protection. It will have the step sweep generator, like the Qi organizer, the BOI, and remote balancer all had in there. But it also uses we're adding on a 7.83 hertz Schumann resonance antenna to do a local effect, more on the local as well as scalar. And of course, we're using the scalar amplifiers, the same ones that are in the SE-5, because those are the most powerful scalar amplifiers we've ever found, and they work really well. But in general, on a local level, it'll cover about 1,000 square feet, and then of course it'll work remotely as well. So we've got the Schumann resonance generator, and the SE-5 amplifiers, step sweep generator, and remote balancing with photographs. Now, you can also set it up to balance multiple subjects. In other words, it's sort of like the Pro software, where you can put one client after another. I'll show you how easy that is. It's super easy to use. It's amazing. We also have an app for Apple and Android devices, phones, so that you can just take a photo with your phone and then upload it right to the unit. And I'll show you how to do that too. Very cool. And the next step, which is not done yet, but we're basically going to integrate that same AI integration so that you could make a custom program for yourself right in the unit. So make a custom program and you can push go, and it'll start balancing. So now I'll do a little standalone demo, and so I'm going to stop sharing for a moment and go over to my other camera over here. Let's see. Let's go to this one. Okay, great. So this is the Universal Quantum Interface over here, and let's see, where shall we start? So we've got a phone app, and I think this will work. I haven't tried this with the camera, but yeah, you can kind of see this. Anyway, so what you can do, if you want to add a photo, I'm going to go to Run and go to the photo screen. Okay, so you have to initiate a photo upload. So I'm going to click on the photo upload, and it's going to give me a code. I have to put in a code here in this number into the app, so that it can connect with this particular unit, right? 8430 6613, and that changes every single time. every time that I have a do a new photo, I get a different code for that. So you can either pick a photo from your gallery or your collection, which is as you've uploaded photos, it'll store them in its own collection. So I'll just pick one from the gallery, and I'll just use this plant, that one, Christmas tree, and upload the photo. And get that, there we go. There it is. Now I can go to my Yuki and I can download this photo. And there it is. So I can use this now in a session, right? Okay, so that's the photo part of it. Now, when we get back to the SE-5 software, I'll show you how it connects with the SE-5 software, and that uploads a photo at the same time as the session. So you can create sessions in the SE-5 and then send them directly to your Yuki. But let's just have a little overview look. Of course, we've got the cloud, different aspects of the cloud here. You log in and log out from the cloud here into your unit in the cloud. And then we've got programs, and we've got, like I said, about 150 programs. And we have put them into different categories. Right now it's setting at all programs, but you could go to like chakras, and we've got, 5 different programs for that. We've got negative energy. It's a little slow today. Depends on how there we go, how fast the internet is. Now, you don't have to stay on the internet the entire time. It's just once you've downloaded your programs, if you want to turn off your Wi-Fi and get out of the internet, then you can run all of this offline, which is really nice. Anyway, these are all programs for negative energy. I'm going to go back to the all programs. And we've got a lot of free programs in here. And then you could rent some that if they don't, run that up, like brainwave healing, for example. If you have a program that is more specific to what you need, you can rent it for 30 days for $4. So you can run it as many times as you want in that time period. So I'm going to just choose a few free programs. I'll just add a couple of these and put them in my shopping cart, which means if you have money, of course, you have to pay for it. But if you choose one of the paid programs, and now we're downloading them, I'm going to go back to the main menu. And so that put them into the system. Now I can go to download Yuki programs, and these are the ones that I just chose. So I can say download, download, download. And now they're stored in the internal memory here in the unit, and they're good for 30 days. So for example, I could run a program. Now I've got a bunch more programs in here because I've been loading up programs. But let's say I wanted to do this expanded subtle energy program on my new photo of the Christmas tree, right? And now you can add, we've also got 423 Hertz, which is a DNA regeneration frequency. We're going to have like actually a list drop down of beneficial frequencies that you can get. Right now, we've just programmed in this one to try it, which I'm not going to turn on right now. And then also the Schumann frequency if you want it locally, but I'm going to do this remotely. Now I can add this to a lineup, which means I can say add this to the lineup, which means it's going to balance that one first, and then you can do some more, right? So let's look at some other ones. Let's see, we're putting our house in Ubud up for sale. So I did a program for that one, and I can add that one to the lineup. And let's see, the lower abdomen one, that one we're gonna add to the lineup. Okay, so you get the idea. We could add as many as we wanted, and it'll just go on until they're all finished. So when you're all done and you wanna balance them, you go to the lineup, shows you which ones are in there, and you say, go. Now, as I mentioned in that video, or they mentioned in the video, we've converted the numerical tunings into geometric patterns. So the colors and the numerical tunings convert with an algorithm into a unique geometric pattern for that tuning, as you see. So right now it's doing a Christmas tree. Okay? So we've found that that's more, as you guys know probably, you've added geometric patterns for years into your balancing sessions. And what we've discovered is we do have the number in there as well. It's kind of grayed out. And in this SE-5 software, you can choose if you want to do it standard without the geometrics or with the geometrics, but it's super powerful to do it this way. So I'm going to stop this for now, and I'm going to go back and share my screen. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Not right now. Okay, we'll come back. So I'm going to share my screen again and go back to my SE-5 software. Okay, and I should probably switch my camera over. We'll come back to the Yuki. Okay? So, when we're creating a session, like I just created that one session for myself, right? So let me go to my list, and there's the neck stiffness one. All right? Now I want to measure everything of how long I need this. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And it takes the timings that you're putting into our software also for the Yuki. So it's going to balance each one. Oh, missed it. That one, okay, close enough. And how many repeats? About 8 times. So that's a pretty long program, 37 minutes. And now I can go to Yuki. I'm going to say, send it up to my Yuki. And I'm going to send this to my other one. So this could be your client too, right? So I'm going to do, this is Don Paris 2@gmail.com. So I'm the practitioner right now. This is my email address, right? Which I'm logged in with to be able to use this. And then the client, in this case, is my other email address. And you can set how many days you want this to work. So if your client needs it for 3 months, you could put 90 days in here. If they only need it for 7 days, then and you want to then update it, you just put in 7 days here. So you can change that of how long that will work. So if your client has this unit at home, then you can update their session and send it to them immediately, and they can do the balancing, and you're not tying up your unit and your time to set all this up and do it, and making sure that their programs are running. Okay, also they'll get an email that it's been sent, so that they know to go over to their Yuki and download it. Okay, we've got the visualized tuning patterns. These are the geometrics, or if you just want standard tunings. Now you've already seen the geometrics, so I'll just go to standard tunings, and if you want the description, you can put that in as well. So now I'm going to upload that to the Yuki, and it's already there. That's how fast it takes. Its session is already uploaded, and now I will switch my camera. I thought I was going to use my SE-5, but I didn't need it. So let's go over to my other camera, back to the Yuki, and I'll stop sharing so it's bigger. Okay, so now I go to download SE-5 programs. I click on that button, and we've got one program, and there's the new one. So I had downloaded one previously, so now I have 2 programs, Complete Nutrition and Neck Stiffness. So I'll download the neck stiffness one, and also the other one since I have it there. And that's how long it takes. It's very quick. So now if I wanted to run that, it should be down toward the bottom. There's my neck stiffness. And I can tell it to repeat this more than one time. Like, let's say I'm going to repeat it, and you could douse for this, 3 times, not just 1 time. And I can just run it. Now this time, you see, I don't have the geometric patterns. I just have the tuning number traditionally with the description. Okay, let's continue on. That's pretty much it with the Yuki. and on how that works. And let me see if there's some other stuff that I needed that was the demo. So this is just some ideas about what you could do with it. It works together with the Pro software, and it connects your clients to the cloud portal. Now the data is not stored on our system. It just passes through our server. So when I clicked upload to the Yuki from my software, it just went up there and came down. As soon as it's down, it's off of our server. So we don't store any of that information. We also don't store any of the photos. So when I sent the photo, it went up through our cloud server, but then it's just deleted as soon as it goes down. So we don't store any information. We don't store the sessions, we don't store the pictures, and we don't store any of the data at all. Okay, so some of the benefits of it. This innovation frees you from time-consuming manual setup, allowing you to focus on other important aspects of your practice. If your client owns a Yuki, you can easily send custom sessions directly to their Yuki, just like I just did. And then the other thing is that it makes them part of the system to be involved in the healing process, sort of like doing the drops, you know, when you make a potentized substance, for them to go home and take the drops themselves, it involves them in the system of healing, and they're taking some responsibility for that. It's based on the same circuitry as the SE-5 2000, but uses different approaches for you to create and run programs, and also some additional things. Like I said, we have the 432 hertz, and we have 7.83 hertz, different things like that. This was uploading the photos, so I just showed you how to do that. That's probably easier to actually see it in action than looking at the photos of it. I kind of did this already, so I jumped ahead. I was going to do a demo here for you of how to use it with this software, and we just did that. And so the big question, right? What's it going to cost? Let me switch back to my front cam. Okay. Well, as you guys probably know, this is the going rate for some of these things. The energy enhancement system has gone viral pretty much. I mean, I know most everybody's heard of this by now. This is a little unit. A little unit like this is $14,000. You know, the big units, when they're setting up like a room for it, they spend around $100,000 to get set up. But then they charge people for it. So 4 overnight sessions for one person is $1,000. Okay? And that's it. You go in for 4 nights and it costs you $1,000. But for 2 people in the same bed, they give you a discount, $1,400. Only $1,400 to go in for 4 nights. Anyway, then of course there's the, you know, SKIO, QXCI, EPFX is the kind of the newer name for it. But then there's the, oh gosh, Indigo. They've changed the name so many times. They all started from Bill Nelson, which I've done some talks about that in the past. Anyway, they're still going for around $21,000. I should have looked up the Core, C-O-R-E. I think the last I knew they were $18,000 to $30,000, depending on what you get with it. Originally, it was just a little USB dongle. You know, you got something like this for like, you know, $15,000, and you plugged it in your computer, and that's what he sold it. Kieran Schmidt. And yeah, so all these things are very expensive. Okay, so I'm not going to go to $21,000. We're going to go with $29.95, which is $2,995, not $29,950. Okay, so this is the Yuki. It comes with its own case, foam line case. It's very nice.
Let me go through some of these questions, and then if there are some new questions, I'll answer those as well. Is it an SE-5 replacement? No, definitely not. Obviously, I would say it's going to be around 60%. I think people will be able to do some very nice things with it. You know, they'll be able to run programs on themselves, get programs from practitioners, customize programs, get some AI work, which I think will help. You know, we've had some good results. We've been having good results. So actually all of those, all of the sessions that we were looking at with the moderate to good success were all sent to the Yuki. So I did the AI in the SE-5, but then I sent it over to the Yuki and balanced on that because I wanted to see the efficacy on the Yuki. And so obviously with the SE-5, I'd done it as first on the SE-5 by itself, and then I started porting them over to the Yuki. And so all of those on there were from the Yuki. So anyway, is it a replacement? I think it's a good start for people to get into radionics and experiment with it, and gives them a lot of flexibility and ability to do things, but it's not going to replace the SE-5. No. No, it's another thing. Plus you have to, yeah, you have to rent programs. Now there's a lot of free programs in there. So you've got, you know, I don't remember the total number of programs in there, but I'd say there's probably 25 or 30 free programs. And then for special things, you'll rent them for a month. But I mean, we're talking $4, you know, it's not expensive. And then whatever an SE-5 practitioner charges, if they're going to send you a program, you've got to work that out with your practitioner. Okay, let's see if there's something else up here. Okay, somebody has an old SE-5. It's not going to work with the old SE-5, obviously. They've not been using it. Should get it back out. A lot of people really like the old SE-5. Look forward to upgrading and training. Okay, great. And you know, I do take those in on trade, so contact me, because I'm still fixing old SE-5s. You would be surprised at how many people still use the old SE-5. I mean, a lot of people still use it. And they do break down, and we can't get parts for them anymore. So I do use them for parts and stuff like that. So yeah, there's still people using them. Yeah, GERD, I forgot to tell you that. It's the acid reflux in the system. And I didn't know what that was. I had to look it up too. The pharma medication my dad is getting for his GERD increases dementia. Oh my God. And better try AI, huh? Medications actually make it worse. Yeah, I can imagine. You know, for acid reflux, what I read once, and I don't know, I haven't tried it because I haven't had that, but apple cider vinegar. Now, it's counterintuitive, right? Because you're getting this acid reflux. But what I read, and you can look this up on the internet, or maybe ask ChatGPT about it, is that the apple cider vinegar then creates more acid, and then it strengthens that the muscle that's keeping it, that's not strong enough, and letting the acid come back up. Something to that effect. I don't remember exactly. Right, negative effects are not sent with an SE-5, right, with the Radionics. Just get the benefits. That's cool. Oh, I received my SE-5 less than a week ago. What are the upgrade options? Well, just the Pro software. So the Pro software, anybody that purchases the SE-5 comes with the legacy software. The Pro software is an upgrade for everyone. So it's whether you bought it 5 years ago or yesterday, the cost of the Pro software is $895 for that. Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, there we go. We got it all. Now we've got every part of that name in there. You guys know about her, right? Okay, is this oh, we've answered that one. Is it a replacement? Training. Somebody wants training for the SE-5. We do have trainers, and both for the original SE-5 and the SE-5 1000 or 2000, we have trainers for that. So then like a BOI, yeah, it's going to be a little bit like a BOI, in the sense that, you know, you're not going to have to move any data over with a stick to a different computer. It's much more self-contained. It doesn't do analysis. Well, it will have some AI analysis, but it's not going to do actual analysis or make programs, individual programs like the SE-5, of course. And some programs would need to be purchased, correct? Well, at least rented, right? What kind of training is available? I answered that again. Yes, we have trainers for both, for all of this. Now, when we get into the AI thing, I will be doing some webinars on that. We're gonna train. I'll be doing classes on the AI integration. Yes, will the AI integration be added to the Pro software for use on the SE-5 2000? Yes, that's what we're working on, and that upgrade is free. We're not charging for that. However, to use the AI, there will be a subscription fee. You know, ChatGPT charges $19.95 a month to use it for one level, $25 for another level, and I think they even have a $50 level. We don't have the actual number yet of what it's going to cost us to use that service, but I'm guessing it'll probably be the $29.95 a month to be able to use it. What's the difference with the BOI? Well, the BOI has the same scalar amplifiers as the SE-5, and the Yuki does too. The BOI has a step sweep generator, scalar generator, and so does the Yuki. So those two things are similar. The differences are integration with the Pro software, AI ability, the ability to send programs instantly. That makes it very quick and easy. An onboard computer, so you don't have to have a separate computer for your BOI. You don't have to move your programs from one to the other with a USB stick. And then also we've added the Schumann resonance antenna, so it'll actually broadcast into the room 7.83 hertz through an antenna. And then we're going to have the different frequencies like 432 hertz and some of the other maybe solfeggio frequencies. Can you use the new Pro software with the SE-5 1000? Yes, of course. Absolutely. Is this replacement for the Chio room balancer? Yeah, in a way. Okay, that's a good question. That is where this all started, actually. So I had a client that was trying out the room balancers with health practitioners, and according to these people, and I didn't test this myself, I've never seen this happen, but according to them, they were saying that the holograms were running out of energy after running them for a while. I've never seen that happen. I've seen them, but use them for years and years. But they said that they were stopping to work after using them for some period of time. And so he asked me if I could develop a unit that would not do that. And I said, well, the only way to guarantee that is to be sending frequencies, one at a time, with fresh tunings each time. And so that's what started all this, to be honest with you, was the room balancer. And so yeah, it will replace that. And one of the programs that we will have, well, it'll automatically have the EMF protection, but we'll have a lot of programs in there that are similar to the room balancer that we've already got programmed in. So yeah, in a way, on the different holograms. Will there be an analysis component in the future? Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to have the AI in there. But in terms of like the SE-5, analysis, that's like a long ways away. I don't see that in the near future, that's for sure. Can existing SE-5 programs be sent to the Yuki? Absolutely. With geometric shapes added, yes, it will automatically add those. Or with the new programs, nope, they don't need to be rewritten. You can send your current sessions or programs. You can convert a program right into a session and send it over, and it will automatically convert those tunings into the geometric patterns. What about using Claude instead? Yeah, we've looked at several of them. We looked at a whole bunch of different AI programs, and ChatGTP is the one that seems to be the most integratable with what we're doing and what we need it for, and the ones that we've tested. Or other AI which would link to other ICE. Yeah, okay, well, that'd be out there. Okay, I don't know. Who knows what'll happen in the future? Yeah, it might be possible that we could do that. Because not everyone will have a Yuki. Does it still broadcasting to the client using their email address? A little confusion on that one. No, Kathy. Okay, so if you have the Yuki at home and you send it as that client, you put in their email address. Oh, I see. The email address is only registered to that Yuki. So if you're sending it to your own unit, you would send all of your clients to the same unit, right? Like I did. I had a lot of different clients in there. But the email address is only to connect it with that unit. So it's not sending it to their email address. Yeah, so it's a little bit, maybe a misunderstanding of how it would be. So this would be like if your client doesn't have a Yuki, you're going to be balancing them at home with your Yuki or with a balancing only unit or the SE-5, right? If they have their own, that's the added ability, but it doesn't have anything to do with their email address, other than once they purchase one and then they've logged in, and then you send it to their Yuki via that email address. Do you really trust AI? Yeah, that's the big question of the day, isn't it? Trust is something that, yeah, that's a big word. I think like every tool, there's going to be people that use it for good and bad things. And at this point, I don't think it's about trusting it. I think it's about educating it. And that's what we're doing with every time that we put in these positive informational things, and it becomes more intelligent. You know, it's not intelligent, obviously, but there's more data to process. And the more information we can put in from a positive point of view, hopefully will offset some of these military applications or other things like that. So trust it. I don't trust it any more than I trust, I mean, that's probably not the right word. Maybe, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Am I concerned about it? Maybe that's the right word. I think everyone at this point is concerned about it. The cat's out of the bag. Pandora's box is open. It's not going back in the box. So we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. So my perspective on it is, let's try and train it and use it for the best purposes possible, because it's not going away. It's definitely not going away. It's everywhere already. It's so out. I just got a new book by Jim Rickards called Money GPT, and he goes through the aspects, the good, bad, and the ugly of using AI in finance and government and all these different things, military. Yeah, and I haven't gotten through the end of the book, but he did say that there are some solutions at the end of the book. So I haven't gotten that far. I just got the book like 3 days ago, and I'm pretty well into it. Great book. If you haven't looked at it yet, Jim Rickards. It's called Money GPT. And yeah, it's the elephant in the room, right? Exactly. Is there option to use a memory stick to transfer programs from the SE-5 to the Yuki as opposed to the cloud? Not at this point. I mean, it has a USB port on the back where you can put a stick in there. But yeah, I don't know quite what the benefit. In that case, I would use a BOI. BOIs are a little less expensive, and I guess you have to buy a computer though. Oh, in case the cloud is not available. Oh, I see. Okay, that's a good question. Very good question, and good thought. Yeah, I believe that that is something that we will address. It's a very good question. Okay, you guys are thinking ahead. Excellent. How easy will it be to use for people that have no understanding of radionics? Well, that's why we built this, actually. It's for people that have, I mean, zero understanding of radionics. Of course, they're going to have some concept of what frequencies are and how they work, and hopefully we can get some education out there. So let's say education will be the first step. So they're going to have some education, but not necessarily training. Radionic training would be more the question. Understanding of radionics, yeah, they need to have some concept that things can be balanced at a distance, right? I mean, yeah, they're going to have some concept of that. It'll be a hard sell for people who work with clients to convince the clients to spend $3,000 as opposed to the manufacturer to It's possible, yeah. That may be the case. It may be that SE-5 practitioners, okay, I have not mentioned this yet, but I will bring it up now. These will be on the market for $29.95 for people that want to use them with AI, general programs, or whatever. And then if they want to have a practitioner, yeah, maybe they do that through the practitioner at home. But convincing them, you don't have to convince them. I mean, it's fine. They don't have to do it. It's just another option. And there are people that will do it. It's at this point, $3,000 is not what it used to be, for one. I mean, it's still a sizable investment, but people want it for a lot of different things. And it has so many ranges of uses that I do think that there's a market for it. Yeah, but it's not going to be everybody, and you don't have to try and convince them. There will be clients that want to have them. They want to have their own unit. You'll get people that say, that's really cool. I love the SE-5, but it's a lot to learn. There's a learning curve that's, as you guys know, it's a long learning curve, lifelong. But, and they say, I just want to be able to do some radionic things. What could I do? And there's an option for them. For example, you can create a chatbot. Yes, I know. We have already played with those things, but that's not going to integrate it into the SE-5 and in the software. So yeah, we've played with the chatbot, and it's amazing. And that will be then integratable into it. The other thing is that when everybody puts their information into that system, we're going to have it specifically for radionics, and it's going to be phenomenal. But also integrating it right into the system, no copying, pasting, and all that kind of thing. Do the expanded tuning descriptions improve the tuning effectiveness? Well, I think it, personally, from the people that I've worked with, I think it improves the effectiveness for the client, because they see that when you print out that report and they see what the tunings are and what they're for, everybody I've shown it for has their eyes light up and go, oh, this is really cool. So I think okay, we can call it part of the placebo effect. But I think it's going to help tremendously with people reading their report and seeing what they're being balanced with and for sure, for sure. How do you determine the geometric patterns? By dowsing, of course. Same way that the, the local harmonies and the planetary balancers were developed. The SE-5 inventor, Bill, had dowsed for the colors, shapes, and combinations of those to create those resonant patterns. And so that's how we did it, was dowsing. Okay, thank you. If you're not, if tire is not stick plate, how to choose program, simply douse. Oh, if there is not a stick plate, how to choose a program. Well, these programs are, basically by category and name. So the program names like bacteria, for example, or chakra balancing or whatever, basically just choose them. You can choose them, or you could dowse for them. You could use a pendulum as well. Yeah. Retain client data. No, it does not. Client data. Does the OpenAI chat program retain client data? You never give it the client data. You just can say, this is like what I did, okay? This is a 69-year-old male, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So it doesn't retain any of you don't put in their personal information. Watch Person of Interest on Freebie and get your mind. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, that's a deep dive in it. Where can you say? Yeah, eventually will AI take over the world and try to rule the world? And there are a lot of them. Transcendence is another one. If you haven't watched that one, either one of those is great. Person of Interest or Transcendence. Yeah, there's valid concern about it. Elon Musk has expressed, and Bill Gates have expressed very clearly that they're concerned about AI. I think we're all concerned about it, and I think I don't know if it's even up to us, but at least we can do our best to try to train this supercomputer to work for the benefit of humans and not oh, it sounds like you've switched to a different language. I'm not sure if that works for everybody. I'm not gonna save that one for me. I don't know quite how that works. Okay, I've never used that before, but that's really cool. Yeah, we've got some people from Czech here. This will be on YouTube and it'll be subtitled so that anybody can choose their language. Okay, let's see, broadcast from the Yuki. Will they interrupt the SE-5 practitioner ability to continue to work? No, that's the whole point. So the whole point is you send this over to the Yuki and it's balancing, and you're on a different computer and you continue your work. That's the whole point of this. Another one, do you trust AI? Oh, didn't we go past this? Okay, forms of, do you need a computer or cell phone to use this? Well, to upload your photos, you would need your phone. Yeah, right. Everybody's got a cell phone pretty much now. But you don't need a computer for it, which is cool because it comes with a built-in computer. I agree with you. For better or worse, AI is already out of the barn. It totally is. The horse is already bolted. How's your neck? Oh, good question. Yeah, it's running. Let's see. It's not done yet, but it's still running. Yeah, I would say 30% better. It's not there yet, but definitely 30% better. Okay, you guys, this has been a nice long session, and I want to thank everybody for coming. It's been very both educational for me and exciting to share this. As you can tell, I'm very excited about all of these things. Yeah, we're doing our best to keep this going forward, but I do think that this is where radionics is headed and the world is headed, is there's going to be AI integration pretty much in everything. And so instead of trying to resist it, which I don't think it's resistible pretty much, I think even the Amish by this point are using cell phones, and they're going to be using AI. Don't quote me on that, but I have a feeling about that. I want to check that one out. We were talking about that the other day, and I was wondering about it, but it's kind of a feeling I have. I have a feeling they haven't stayed out of it. I've seen some very conservative looking people, like super rabbis and stuff, with all the long dreads, and I thought they were kind of Amish looking people, and they all had cell phones in an airport once, so that's what made me think of it. But ask AI. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording, and we'll see you guys in the next episode, whatever that is. But I want to thank you all for joining and enjoying all this ride with me. It's a wild ride. Thanks so much.